Find out and see if they're up to the task.
Prepare for battle.
And it's gonna be a little bit. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a little bit difficult. Every game is gonna be difficult. You're trying to play for TI, so of course it's gonna be difficult. But the laning stage is going to be difficult, more difficult than usual, just because of the way they drafted. However, if they can get out of the laning stage,
Somnus,
they've got some good heroes.
Rebellion decides to stack up as 5. We don't get to see this too often, and this is the first time today they pull it off, and that leads straight into a mid spirit getting killed.
That may have been a mistake.
Oh, indeed. Love how it's Somnus himself dropping a voice line.
Of course. And this mid matchup was already Pango
30
favored.
seconds to battle.
Now with that first blood, it's going to be most likely Pango dominant. As he's going to get an instant wand out there, which he normally wouldn't do because he'd save for the bottle, but he's like, oh, I get extra gold. Let's just bring that out right now. Why not?
Yeah. Branches for the tangos and a straight up magic wand. So a lot of stats going in the way of the Pango. Pango actually having, as an Agi hero, more HP and more damage than the Earth Spirit does. So with that ward placed down, Abed, he's got information that the ward is there. Fly walks in to take the bounty rune away. Rebellion do get 3. Okay, it's a crit. SabeRLight was able to yoink 1 right in front of Lou.
How do you play an AA Spectre lane versus a Dawnbreaker? Like, this lane seems impossible. Am I missing something here?
Yeah. Oh, also, why did I also say Pango as an anti-hero? For some reason. Oh.
I don't know. I wasn't really listening to that. Sorry, I was just trying to think.
Yeah, well, you missed on my bullshit. So over there.
To call you out on it.
Of course, he's universal. No wonder he's so high on damage.
Yep.
But yeah, like this top lane you mentioned, this Dawnbreaker. It's definitely going to be rough. You can already see the Spectre taking some big hits there.
This lane seems impossible. But anyway, we'll see how it plays out. Mid lane, probably nothing fancy is going to happen here as usual. They're going to just trade some creeps. I expect Abed to maybe come out ahead in that exchange just because he did get that early first blood. And the bot lane, you can make things happen technically with the Clockwork Darkseer, but if your positioning is good on Fly, you're never really going to kill him, because if you disrupt someone while they're being battery assaulted in the cogs, right, you're going to come back with 2 more illusions that are going to eat up that battery. They're going to kill the cogs really quickly. So not a matchup that's very favorable here for the Clockwork. So both side lanes yet again kind of favored here for Shopify Rebellion, just based on the heroes alone here.
Despite the good start there for Abed into the mid lane, definitely is going to pay off a lot with Somnus. He's cleared out pretty much everything so far. Abed with just that 1 deny and pretty much even in the CS department between the two. While we're watching Crit battling out versus John Ming on the Ancient Apparition. Crit's just going to soak up the freeze here. SabeRLight walking.
Yeah, he really wanted to block that camp. He just brought a salve though, so he will heal up back to full after that one. Really valued. Just not
broken with a vortex though, so he doesn't get any heal actually.
Oh yeah, that does
Always a bit of a surprise element, right? Like sudden vortex. Oh, south broken.
Yeah, I think at this point you have to know that ice vortex does damage. He just probably thought he was far enough away where that wouldn't happen, but surprise, that spell has a really long cast.
Oh boy, Lou in huge trouble. Probably not enough to kill him, but this is all very costly. However, Crit and SabeRLight, very low on resources right now. At least they got a couple tangos to bring them back up to speed, but still, good opener there onto Lou.
And that's what you got to be afraid of, because that combo scales. They're gonna keep being able to do it, and one of the big things when you play against Dawnbreaker is like, can you stun her to interrupt the Starbreaker, or can you just get away? And neither of the heroes can do that. As you see, they're just gonna go.
Well, what's a kill that's gonna be successful in doing so?
Neither of them can help each other.
Yep. Oh, that dagger completely missed. Bing bong.
And now the wave is going to be in their position. Luckily, they do have a small camp, but I just don't know how this happens. Like, how can you get such a free Dawnbreaker game.
Chalice and FY trying to make slow progress to fly. Arteezy's there to help out to destroy the cogs.
Well, I guess it's dead again.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a surprise.
You blink, you're gonna miss it, and that's no TP. 60 seconds. You have no wave either, so all Crit has to do is make sure he doesn't pull that small camp, and this lane is officially checkmate. Spectre will no longer be getting much CS.
And you have a 2k lead at 4
Radiant's
minutes. I mean, the game started with a 1k lead for Rebellion. Like, you have 15 seconds on the clock, and you're already that much ahead, but things are really shaping pretty good for Shopify.
Pretty good indeed. This is exactly what they need to do. Man, I'm really like, I hate to see when something like this happens. 2k gold lead at like 2 minutes, you know, because it's not easy to come back from that. But there's always possibilities. I'm looking at the 6-minute room. I'm looking at some rotations from the mid laners.
Are fortified.
And speaking of that, Somnus is already making a rotation.
Yeah, Fly, he's dropping low here. FY and Chalice have been doing all the heavy lifting, but Earth Spirit showing up at 400 HP. And Crits here, Arteezy wants to turn for the fight and return the favor. Can they get Somnus here? That would be absolutely massive if they can get him. Yes, they can. FY, Somnus down, and now onto Chalice they go. The Darkseer going to be the third casualty with Abed's rotation leading to 2 kills for him, 1 for Arteezy, and it's not just 2k fear, it's 3k now.
It's growing. On top lane, we're just going to continuously see some bullying action most likely. I mean, Spectre 2 points in dispersion will be a little bit tanky. I mean, she just has to tank it. That's really all there is to it. There's no getting away from it, so just build as many items you can. You can see the Wraith Band is completed, Chainmail is completed, a little bit more armor to go ahead and deal with it. But you're not stopping SabeRLight from free farm in this game. It ain't happening. You're not stopping Arteezy from free farm in this game. And Abed, that lane was the only one that was kind of even, right? Like you did have these two, but with that one rotation, the bot lane, really disastrous for Somnus. 6-minute rune. All right, we will get on Somnus, so perhaps maybe Somnus can use this to, I'm not sure where he's going to go with this one. I feel like top lane's a hard kill just because Dawn is so tanky. It has the Lotus, has some huge raindrops. Do you want to go bottom here? He tried bottom, that didn't work for him.
I don't think he might.
I hate to say it. I don't know what he's going to do with this haste. I don't know what he can do with it.
He's not going to use it there. I think that kind of answers it. It's just a rune that doesn't really do too much, but maybe they can try to find an opening on Fly potentially.
Yeah,
he's going to try. He's coming in for the attempt. FY is going to start it off. Bubble already used up, trying to escape from the cogs, and here comes, oh, he misses the roll, but he does get the kick to connect, and that Fly kill, that's exactly what they could do and what they could get, and Somnus will take it.
Yeah, I mean, there was no option to kill a core, so you just gotta kill support with it.
Whatever you can.
Middle tower is under attack.
All of the CS currently looking green. That's Shopify's color. At least in this particular game, their jerseys might be a little bit different. Actually, kind of like the Rebellion jerseys.
I don't remember them.
They're not super flashy, but not that big Rebellion.
Hard to see from that picture. Yeah, I'd have to check it out on social media somewhere. And hello, Spectre. Goodbye, Spectre.
Nice to meet you. Wasn't. Somnus trying to roll in, doesn't quite connect here. FY is also in between. He's got the cogs ready, trying to protect Somnus here with Abed with a rolling thunder. Clockwork is going to drop next. Crit is racking up the kills. He's 4-0-4 on Avenge support, and he's about to surpass Chalice in net worth with what he's accumulated so far on this.
He's getting close to level 6, actually.
That too.
Yeah, I mean, like 1 more wave and a half if he chooses to leech the experience. Or maybe just 1 Somnus kill here.
Oh, they're gonna all be into the bottom lane, trying to save Chalice. Nobody to save him though. Everybody just went off the eye.
That's not his ally.
That too. Yeah, there's nobody TPing in to help him out. That's the main cause. Everybody was super busy rotating to top. Somnus with no teleport remaining, or at least on cooldown. AA is the one, Xian Ming, who doesn't have a teleport left. They're just gonna have to sack the Darkseer. Now a 4k lead. They're trying to go onto a crit. That's a big streak for Somnus if he can get it. Drops the magnetize, and here comes Lu. And Xian Ming gets the spree. But they
What's
get the
the
job
support stealing every kill? I mean,
What a wonderful world we're living in here.
Crit is getting all the kills.
And another support takes the streak.
Another
Dire's
support
middle
gets the
tower
kills.
is under
What? I
attack.
forgot we were watching game before. Fly was getting the kills the last game. Yeah.
Yep.
And what do carries even get anymore? We're not even strongest in the late game. We're the worst in the early game. You don't give us kills anymore. I guess we just get tangos.
You're at the bottom
Our
of
only
the
purpose now.
food chain. We bring all the creeps you farm to the supports for getting a kill. Somnus, pretty inevitable. He teleported straight to help out his tower, hoping somebody would go. But it looks so disconnected, Fear. It's again looking like a bit of individuals.
Yeah, it definitely. The wheels are falling off pretty hard on this one. 5k gold lead at 9
Dire's
minutes
middle
is
tower
something you
is
don't
under
see every
attack.
day. But I think just from the laning stage, it had to be pretty. I mean, it was obvious for me. Like, I'm not competing in TI right now. I'm not scrimming, but I look at the draft and I'm just like, wow, this looks pretty bad just from there, and it's kind of playing out that
Dire's
way.
middle tower
But I'm always
has
open to
fallen.
like have
Radiant's
players
bottom tower
give
is
pleasant
under
surprises of like, oh wow, that was really cool. I didn't think of that. But unfortunately, not one of those games where many of those things are happening. It's just like team chainmail over here on Azure Ray, because everyone's trying to build some armor
Yeah.
just to survive.
Just to survive, and even that's not going to be enough, even for a lose case. I was already fighting SabeRLight before, and Crit shows up, makes things even worse, and Spectre will die. And there's just nobody to help him out. They all have teleports, but it looks like they just don't value the Spectre's life. It's really not a carries game.
It's definitely difficult, and I think that's why you often see the carry pool being so small every patch, because there's not a lot of heroes that you can pick that can deal with this type of bad start.
Under attack.
That's why we saw like Arteezy go to the Luna or the Sven, even though it wasn't a good game for it. As they're gonna maybe get a kill on the Crit here, but
Taking some time.
I don't know.
A lot of
Will they? He's
effort.
waiting for the Blade Mill. He's stunning
Dire's
him,
top tower is
and
under
he's
attack.
dead. But of course,
And-
the support will get again.
It's Jianming. Yeah, he's going to get this one too. Very night and day performances from Azure Ray. They started off so good yesterday, but today, at least this series, not looking too hot. They are going to be playing another one right after this. Shopify already did their task of the doubles series. They lost the Bet Boom 2-0. And it is indeed Bet Boom that's going to be playing Azure Ray on this stream after this series is played out. But let's watch this fight right now. We've got Jianming throwing in a big bubble, but SabeRLight able to dodge that entirely. FY looking along with the clockwork, and Somnus still fighting with everything that he has with the magnetize. Rolling straight back in onto the SD, but here comes Artur, the big bad Sven to slice him down, potentially get some more kills. FY is already down. Chalice is also dropping low with no more resources, nothing left to give. Swaps in with a stun for Arteezy to clean up house, get that second kill for themselves. Somnus, he's spent all of his rocks,
Yeah.
not a single
Got
one
nothing.
remaining.
He used every rock to keep that magnetized rolling, and at the end of the day, they just got the Shadow Demon. They got some other heroes low. They almost killed SabeRLight, but not quite
damage.
enough, unfortunately.
I mean, he did everything that fight, like even more than just everything.
And it still wasn't enough.
Nope.
From the goddess.
Because other heroes need to do damage too. Unfortunately. I mean,
Dire's top
Alright, so
tower
here's the good
is under
news, right?
attack.
Blade Mill. This
Radiant's
item is
bottom
only
tower
as strong
is
as your
under
opponent
attack.
is. And luckily for them, they're going to have multiple Blade Mills on Spectre and Earth Spirit. And Shopify is really strong right now, so these Blade Mills are going to be strong as a result. So that's some good
Dire's
news.
top tower
Yep.
is under attack.
That is some
Dire's
easy
top
NA
tower
maths
has
for everyone
fallen.
to understand.
Radiant's bottom tower
But you're absolutely
is under
right.
attack.
Like I think that's a really good, like not a motto, but a good slogan in a way.
Radiant's
Like Blade Mill is
bottom
only as strong
tower
as your
has
opponent
fallen.
gets. So I really like the sound of that.
Wow. A salesman.
Trademarked. 6k lead for Rebellion, and continues to go in one direction, that is theirs. Azure Ray still has a capability of fighting back with the Spectre scaling. The Earth Spirit can still make a lot of good plays.
Radiant are
And with the
scanning.
Darkseer, but Rebellion has a good head start at least.
Yeah, it's definitely a really big head start here, but we all seen Spectres.
Yeah, this one almost dying at the same time. Ice Blast is coming in, and it's a shooter. Really good. Nice combination coming out from them, but they need to capitalize on this fight. However, Chalice just goes down first, and nobody dying from the Rebellion side. Instead, it's Arteezy wreaking havoc. As the pirate he is, he's instilling fear, not you, my friend, into the hearts of Azure Ray. Such a great spell combination, but just no damage.
It's just, if you, I don't know, man. It's just,
I don't think it gets better than that.
Yeah, like you can't play better than that as Azure Ray. And the team fight still isn't even close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
Radiant
that was
are
picture
scanning.
perfect. They still lost the fight. Goes back to show you how important these early laning stages are in getting the right lane matchups. But Arteezy's playing great. His movements, he's matching a Spectre in movement.
Just look at that. You got like the hook shots, you got the ice blast, you got the back wall combos, everything just crisp clean. And you just suspect 4 heroes to die right away. Nope, we got a Dawnbreaker. Didn't kill the SD, didn't kill the Venge, didn't kill the Pango. And Arteezy just cleans them away.
Yeah. Right moment, right time. Good awareness to show up to these fights. Honestly, in this series, Arteezy has really stepped it up. We'll see maybe the level of competition is a little bit different than BetBoom team, or perhaps he leveled up after that series. Time to get a little more serious. As mentioned before, they did lose the BetBoom team pretty hard, 2-0, but they have beat them in the past. It's not like they're not up for the task.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to warm up a little bit, I suppose.
And with the history as well, they were 3-2 in terms of matchups this entire year. As FY, he's in trouble. More than just trouble, he's dead.
Exists that can stop this blade.
The DD Pango with a Diffusal OOC. Corrosion does really sting on top of that. And they are thinking about Roshan. There's a ping coming out. They're just outside. Well, not a ping, a scan. They're just outside of the scan range, though. Oh, that's
smoked up, ready to go.
I like how he's scouting around with his courier. Sending the courier through the portal. SD shark.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
On each
Okay,
portal.
it's a BKB reveal.
Dire's middle tower
Doesn't quite clean up Chalice, but they do isolate Lou. And he's pretty much all by himself here. Pops the blade belt. They're going to reset for a second. Arteezy is dropping low, and Arteezy is actually going to go down. Somnus got the kill, and now SabeRLight on the run. And Abed also kind of low on resources right now, waiting for some cooldowns to come back up so he can fight back. But SabeRLight, can he run away? No, he can't. The connection there from Somnus. FY back in action. Can't quite get the Abed. Somnus, he does end up running out of the tree. And there goes John Ming. And crit goes down to the illusions from Chalice. Rebellion.
All right, Somnus, I see you.
We see what's happening right now, and Fly, that's a 4th kill going in the way of Azure Ray. If they can clean out this SD, which they will do so. That's a pretty heavy price to pay in a way, but Abed, he's not done yet. One more good swashbuckle might just finish off FY, but he can't get to him. But damn. Azure Ray showing some signs of life, if you could put it that way.
Invisibility.
Yeah, they were able to just like be super tanky on the Spectre. They got the Ice Blast off on the Arteezy. Once his BKB ran out, perfectly timed roll by Somnus. Really just like crushing that fight there. And we're starting to see a little bit the Spectre with the max dispersion just sitting there and just manning up against the Sven with the BKB. He didn't die there. You're going to need to, at some point, I guess Arteezy didn't. He went for the BKB and lost the Echo Saber, so he lost a bit of damage output for that, for survivability. But maybe he just needs the damage more than anything. Just keep farming up until you get to that Silver Edge. Once you have a Silver Edge, then I think these fights become a lot more simplistic. But they're gonna fight Arteezy again here.
They find crit instead.
All right.
Arteezy gets the lift, so that's a support kill going in the way of Azure Ray. Somnus secures it.
Just tanking the gank for Arteezy there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that 8k lead, that economy lead, oh sorry, it wasn't even 9,000 probably at the best. It's already dropped by 2/3 now. So very big comeback for Azure Ray. We looked at the early game, you're like 2k behind 4 minutes in. Like that's a massive margin considering how much you're able to do that early on in the game. Not a lot, You're just hitting creeps and trying to focus on your game and try to keep yourself up to the pace. But 1-2 good fights, and especially this just one fight that was successful for them, leads into a huge swing that kind of recovers almost all that you lost in the early game.
And that's going to be like the downside of picking the Dawn into the AA. Sure, you can bully the A in the laning stage because he has no stun, but as you see, he can't really save Arteezy when he gets initiated on like that because he will not be providing that extra heal.
Yeah.
And I think that is like going to be a big difference maker, and it's going to force SabeRLight to also not go for this Aghanims build and go straight into just being a carry, which I don't think he minds doing that. But Pango, he has an Aghanim Scepter completed now. This is a very farmed Pango.
Meanwhile, Rebellion with their smoke, 3 heroes towards the bot lane, unsuccessful in finding any targets, but they could still have a secondary chance. They're going into the ancient camp where Lu is right now, and it looks like
he's
the
so
hunt.
close to his radiance.
The hunt might just
Will he
be
buy it
successful. The
first?
smoke pops, and here we go. The bubble set up here. Fritz here, Abed's here, and here comes SabeRLight as well. And
Will he
he's
buy
so
it?
close to getting it, but looks like it's going to be taken away from him. Yes, it is. He actually managed to buy. He got the buy. But here comes Arteezy on the back line. Goes for Chalice. Arteezy dropping low in HP. Lion Crit already dropped down by Somnus, and so is SabeRLight. And Rebellion have already lost so many heroes, but Chalice going to be taken down at least. They're going to go straight onto the Sven. Somnus with the roll in. Arteezy dropped to half HP. Just go and throw the stun onto the clockwork of FY.
That's a shield
running
room.
around. He doesn't have a lot of targets to hit right now. And he's trying to get a bit of distance. Arteezy, he has no TP out. So Abed, they kind of realize how hopeless this situation is right now. And he's dead. And Arteezy's still running in circles. They're just zoning him right now. Somnus full HP, goes straight onto the Sven. Arteezy fighting back. He's trying to fight 1v3, but it is too much to deal with. FY even pops a blade mail of his own as well. And Rebellion, they no longer hold the proper economy lead. Somnus doing so much work in that
What
fight.
is going on with Somnus, man? This guy
He's popping off.
He's mad. He's like, you're gonna trash both my side lanes, then gank me. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna power up on you guys on this one. And he has a completed heart with Blade Mail. It's 20 minutes into the game. Chill out, bro. And they use everything on Spectre. I think she got her Blade Mail off. And now all of a sudden, this dispersion bringing back a lot of that damage to the side of Rebellion. She even buys the Radiance before death there. So definitely super happy. Everything went picture perfect for Azure Ray in that particular fight.
This game, it is super important for Shopify. Azure Ray, they are pretty much safe since the first game with Thunder Awaken and Liquid, spoiler alert, has turned into a fortunate situation for Azure Ray. So they don't have to worry about if they end up losing this game. But if they do win this game, that could hinder Shopify's possibilities, because that game, I think that's still going on right now on the mainstream. And you'll find out for yourselves, because if Thunder Awaken can win that game, Rebellion doesn't win this one, we have a tiebreaker, but Arteezy living on the edge here, and his life is forfeit. Oh boy.
All right, he's alone up there.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Gets caught by the clockwork, I believe, in that one.
Dire's middle tower
Has to pop the
is under
BKB,
attack.
tries to run away, but
Radiant's
there's no
top
running for
tower is under
Somnus.
attack.
This man will hunt you down. He will kill you. And he may even just take your hopes of winning this
Radiant's
game
middle tower is
straight
under
away
attack.
from you when you have... I would say that was the most convincing early game I've seen so far
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
of this tournament. And for that 9k gold lead,
Yeah.
Sabe just
Radiant's middle
gone
tower is under
in a
attack.
matter of minutes. That's rough. That's definitely really rough. But Somnus is just fighting tooth and nail this game to keep his team in it.
Quick shadow step used there by the Spectre, and jump on the SabeRLight, the Dawnbreaker, but no TP cancel available, so SabeRLight gets out. Got his courier underway. That's a major player that he's holding on to. Well, he runs into another set of issues. Like,
Oh, he dodged Ice Blast.
still
But Somnus is coming for you.
John Ming, very low on cooldown on Chilling Touch, but Somnus might be the difference maker here. And just like that, he's going to go down. Somnus with another kill. He's been playing out of his mind here. He's really, really hindering Rebellion's chances of this game. But Somnus not going to get targeted on by Arteezy. Abed's going to be there as well. Stuck connected, and he's just perma-stunned to death with that Rolling Thunder. And a, you know, I could have said sigh of relief from Rebellion that we finally got this troublemaker out of the way.
Radiant's bottom
Another
tower
Spectre
is
haunt,
under
or at
attack.
least a Shadow Step straight onto Fly. Takes down the SD, 2 for
They
1.
want to still fight or what?
Azure Ray's coming back. They call hook shot. It connects. It will go into Crit's Vengeful Spirit. But he does manage to force step away from the taunts are placed down. And there's an Ice Blast that could just snipe Crit. There we go.
What a
vacuum wall. It does hit onto Arteezy. Gets the stun onto 2. And they're not going high ground. They're happy with what they've been able to cause so far. That is 3 kills at the price of Somnus.
When they realized that they used the God Strength, they used the BKB, they used the Rolling Thunder, all to kill Somnus, that they can fight. There's pretty much nothing left though in the tank, right?
Radiant's
For
top
Shopify
tower is
Rebellion in
under
that
attack.
fight. So I really like how Lou decided to join that fight, and we're starting finally. We get to see Azure Ray here. They're playing like a team now. They stopped this individual performance. They're going together. Yeah, maybe Somnus was a bit deep in that fight, as he even kind of like indicated himself that
Yeah,
that
it's
may
kinda
have been
like-
a bit of a mistake.
It's kind of like, did some individual say something, or did they all just suddenly snap and realize we need to do something different here? Because it's working, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
It's called teamwork, but it's working so well compared to what this entire game, at least over half of this game, what it was Rebellion leading with 8,000 to 9,000 gold. Now, Azure Ray are the ones in charge of the economy lead of this game. And I had a thought, but I lost it, so I'll get back to that in a bit.
Lovely.
I hate when that happens.
I got a thought too.
Go ahead.
I lost it.
Oh, you
No, I'm
lost
just
it
kidding.
too. Oh, Rebellion probably might have lost this game too if this keeps on going.
I mean,
That's gonna bite the haunt them.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like the gold lead, I really thought Rebellion had them outpicked in this one because I just saw the early game transitioning into a point that I think would be unmanageable. But if you were to tell me it's like 40 minutes in the game and this game is completely even, I'm gonna go with the team that has Spectre, Earth Spirit, and Darkseer almost every single time. And that's kind of what it's turning out to. Like the Spectre is almost the same net worth as the Sven. Somnus, he's completely free farming as well. He's almost got a Shiva's, by the way, on top of the heart plus blade mail. Heroes are getting very large and very concerning because once it becomes a point where Arteezy just can't kill someone in like 3 to 4 hits, that's when you just lose the game, I think.
Yeah. You know what I'd love to see this game from Azure Ray that would really be the cherry on top of the cake would be a blade mail for FY, or sorry, for Tianming.
Yeah, that would be pretty throwy.
That's something just, you know, completely out of the box.
He doesn't
but
have enough HP to return damage, you know what I mean?
that is true. That is true. But you know the times of playing against the Tinkers and the Marches of the Machines, and you pop blade mails and you run it, the more the merrier, the more damage reflected back. And Sven is a cleave hero, so the more blade mails, the better. Sven actually walks straight into Azure Ray. They're going to pop the SabeRLight. Also, where the way Crit's going to be fighting against Somnus on the high ground as well, but now it's going to be there. Going to get the stuns to connect onto ES, and Somnus going to need some help. Ice Blast is coming in, but a beautiful Rolling Thunder just going back and forth, Abed making them work. They will take down the Aegis of the Spectre, and Somnus is still being controlled and finally taken down. Lou, they're going to force out Arteezy for the time being.
He's doing a 3-man stun,
He's
maybe.
coming in back for a round number 2. Takes down Chalice. FY trying to turn around, but Rebellion only lost 1 hero so far. SabeRLight still being controlled by Lou. Lou still running right on top of him. Crit's going to be low on HP. So is FY. Lou and FY. Can the dynamic duo make it work? Does the magic work in their favor? SabeRLight's about to burn out of HP with Urn. Finally, that's taken down. FY running away. Arteezy will kill himself there with the blade mail.
no.
Shadow Step coming out low. Going to go chase for the Arteezy kill as he can. It's a triple kill for him, and he's not done yet. He's got Abed next on his sights. He's just going to roll up, try to buy some time, trying to get some distance here. But the Shadow Step, or not the Shadow Step, the Spectral Dagger, not going to connect. And also, Lou will have to walk out, well, not empty-handed, but doesn't clean out the rest of the team. But holy damn.
I mean, Arteezy just killed himself on a blade mill at the end there. Whoops. I get it. He wanted to get that the break off, but unfortunately he hit him like 3 times with the blade mill on. Sure, he was broken, but he just turned back and fought you and ended up killing you. And you're gonna see a bit of a replay here. They poked him at the beginning here, and Somnus is doing his job of just getting in there. Maybe he should consider a BKB because he is getting chain stunned quite hard. But we'll have to see. Gets out for now. Aegis really does save this fight though in a lot of different ways. With the Spectre coming back into the fight, that is the reason why there's
Surprise, Black has a blink, but there's a black back wall right in front of the tier 3 tower. SabeRLight can't quite control Chalice there. Ice Blast is also into the base, but it's not gonna connect onto this SD. Radiance burn still coming out of these nasty Spectre illusions, but he's fine inside the fountain.
Are fortified.
Not enough for them to get the kill, but just that quick surprise element. Azure Ray. Definitely feel like a, you know, very dangerous, very deadly opponent now. Like any moment, they feel like they can just make a sudden snap decision, and Rebellion's quickly corralling to regroup.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I think once you finish this Abyssal Blade too, you just jump the Sven, right? He's your only threat. You jump him, Abyssal Blade him, and you're going to man fight him, and you're probably going to win.
There we go again. The Shadow Step right on top of Crit, but the hook shot as well. The back is only connected up to SabeRLight, and he pops his BKB, so he's going to soak up some of the Frostbite damage there, and he's going to be okay, but the rest of him not looking so healthy. Fly is going to drop, and both supports gone from Rebellion. Azure Ray leaning out the supports, a double for Lou. And they spotted Arteezy, but keeping in. Can they get to him?
He has a gem on Somnus, but
going the other way.
Yeah. He's out of there. He's good. Pushed out top. Probably going to try and push up bot once he realizes the coast is clear, but for now, the coast is not clear, as guess what? Shadow Step already off cooldown. 40-second cooldown. It's nothing.
Very nice.
And Arteezy, if you're just sitting there like, do I want to go? Is this worth it?
Meanwhile, they're going to just jump on the clockwork. Here comes the Shadow Step. They drop SabeRLight very low with that Arteezy. He's down to 400 HP, very low to falling. BKB trying to run away. Warcry as well. Get that extra distance, but Lou going to go for the bash onto the Crit Vengeful Spirit, who's just going to give his life away so the rest of them can live a day longer. Somnus, though, on the roll, but nobody there.
Arteezy
tower
can't man fight anymore.
No, he cannot. The thing is, the more targets to hit clumped up, Sven loves those situations, but if they get any blade mails off, he's like, nah, I'd rather not.
Pretty much, right? Like, he has the duration of his BKB to hit, which is 6 seconds. But how many hits are you going to get off in that 6 seconds if you're getting Abyssal Bladed, right? Which is -2. Then you're going to get a random bash in between that too, which is another couple seconds. So you really only have like a few seconds to hit heroes right now. And then otherwise you're just killing yourself with blade mills and slash dispersion. It's rough. It's definitely getting rough. Probably looking back mentally on the early game and wishing they could go back and make a few less mistakes there, because this could be a completely different game if they didn't have those couple team fights where they overextended. But it is what it is, and right now,
what it is indeed.
The Spectre is just taking off, really. This hero has got all the items it needs in the game. It doesn't need anything else to carry this game. Everything else is just a luxury. And this is kind of like, if you look at PA and the peak
look
of
at the smoke right now.
late game.
FY in the front, the smoke's popped up of Arteezy, but the rest of them are right behind him. Somnus, Chalice in a good position here.
FY has
available.
Assault Cuirass, by the way.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That's got to be one of the first times I've seen an Assault Cuirass on a clockwork, but you do you, FY, whatever seems to be working. Definitely is. And Crit goes for the swap play, and Chalice still leader.
That's a big kill.
That is a really good start for the fight. Flies nice to the back of the Shadow Step. Ice Blast is flying in, harpooning in another target. It's FY. FY's gone, and so is that Assault Cuirass. Now Somnus trying to roll in for a connection onto Crit, but he rolls all the way out of the fight. Lou needs a card target to connect to. There's the quick Starbreaker used there by SabeRLight to keep Somnus busy. Somnus going all the way to the tier 3 tower. Crit's going to be taken down. Abed's going to be the next target, focused on by Lou. Meanwhile, Arteezy snipes Xianming at the back line. Abed's going to be hit by another rolling boulder by Somnus. And that is yet again another kill. It's 3 for 3 taken, and just 2 left on both sides.
I mean, how the storyline of this game is just flipped entirely. Like, that was a perfect fight from
Radiant's
Shopify
top
Rebellion.
tower has
You
fallen.
know how much work Chalice on this Darkseer has been doing. You kill him immediately. There was no vacuum. There was no wall in that fight. And still, it's like an even fight, if you even want to call it that. I'd say it was still a bit of a win here for Azure Ray, but it was a 3-for-3 exchange.
I wonder what Somnus figured out at some point of that early/mid game. What he needs to do. Did he get like I'm not honestly. He just understood exactly what to do. He's hyper focused. He's doing so much work for this team, keeping them in this what this game even is, because it's like you said earlier, it's all over the place. But it suddenly turned into an Azure Ray somewhat dominance. Arteezy Sven is just not strong enough to beat all of them at this point. Spectre scaled into the game. FY has an assault caress on a clockwork.
He's got Blade Mill AC Force Staff. I was wondering, like, why is he so aggressively positioned? And I was like, oh, this Clockwork has, 40 armor, 42 armor to be exact. I can see it now with the Blade Mill. He is very, very tanky, and that's the issue for Arteezy right now. It's like, you can't really kill anyone quickly. Maybe the Darkseer. And of course, that's it. Those are the two targets he can kill quickly. And that's a rough position to be in, because Abed, he's not playing a hero that does a lot of damage, or at least not burst damage right now. A lot of spread damage. And SabeRLight, he's just not scaling, right?
And there's a quick jump on this Dawnbreaker, and there goes SabeRLight.
And that's what I mean. You picked this Dawnbreaker into the AA just because you wanted to win your lane. And they did. They won really hard. Arguably, it's worth it if you do want to play a draft to be like, okay, this hero is probably not good for the game, but we're going to crush lane so hard that it doesn't really matter. But in this game, you can't rely on the Solar Guardian because AA.
Yeah, someone insert. We lost our lane. Oh no. Anyway, that's what Azure Ray is thinking right now. We don't care if we lost the laning stage. We're ahead of this game right now.
It's almost getting insurmountable. And the point I was trying to draw earlier was PA, right? That hero, its biggest weakness is it doesn't farm fast. It's very weak for a large portion of the game. But then in the late game, it just kills everyone. And if Spectre is a very similar hero to that, where it's weak in the early game, very exploitable, but is a monster in the late game. And I think Shopify Rebellion really just missed that timing of fully exploiting this Spectre.
Yep.
And now the Spectre is 6-slotted. And now you probably have the biggest mountain.
Got so many jumps on Chalice before, but this time the smoke popping is not going to be one easy. Gonna get bubbled up a Lou, going straight for Flying. Flying's gonna be gone. The Ice Blast is gonna be on its way, but it's not even needed at that point because Flying Crit's already down, and Arteezy trying to fight back, trying to take down Xian Ming, just trying to chase it, but the SabeRLight, it's not gonna be so. He's not gonna be showing up in time, and there goes your Dawnbreaker, trying to teleport away and not successful in doing so. Also a buyback off a fly, but they don't have buybacks in the side of Rebellion. Azure Ray is going to march into the high ground.
There's a chance you call it. There's a very good chance that you call this soon. Arteezy just finished Satanic, and guess what? Well, a blast hit him, right?
Yep.
Didn't do anything. Dawn also ulted on top of Arteezy, trying to save him. Well, still doesn't do anything because you have an Ice Blast on you. Very unfortunate situation to be in here. But apparently they see something that I don't see that's gonna make them stay in this game a bit longer. Because they're gonna have no more creeps anymore, which means they're gonna...
One of those games where perseverance is paid off despite the
fountain bait, I see.
Ah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, at least that's going to open them up to take an entire...
Radiant's bottom barracks.
Well, every single Rax to be playing as this bottom lane is the next one to be targeted. Abed still trying to buy some time. 15 seconds for Arteezy, and he's got gut strength up by the time he's alive again. Cannot afford a buyback, so it's basically a one-trick wonder, one-trick pony for Rebellion. And Azure Ray, they also recognize Arteezy's coming back up. And FY, oh my goodness, that's a risky hook shot with no backup. But he forces SabeRLight back to the fountain with that ulti. So ulti for ulti traded. He's just toying with them right now. But Lulu comes out of nowhere. With the shadow step, the vacuum is going to be there. It's right on top of Arteezy and SabeRLight. They're trying to go back and forth into the fountain, out of the fountain, into the fountain. And they're going to stay as Somnus and Chalice and FY. Azure Ray's figured out maybe a weakness in Rebellion in this game, but also figured out something I'm still yet to figure out. They've really made this game what it is. Arteezy's low, so is Somnus, about to be finished off, and he will drop. So does SabeRLight. Chalice with a normal punch into the face. Crit, gonna try to force that himself back into the fountain. There goes Chalice. That's already 2 heroes down. Maybe a bit too cocky, I guess you could put it that way, because this is Rebellion territory that we're talking about right now. Lulu returning back to the fray, and Arteezy's gonna get cold feet, stuck on the spot, frozen on the spot, and there we have it. This series tied up, and you know what, Fear? It's all up to Thunder Awaken now.
Yeah, it is. So Arteezy used Satanic 3 times that game, right? After purchasing it. And every single time he used it,